do 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 la 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 da 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 da. Hey hey hey, all you hip chicks and hip cats and bonjour bonjour. So we're gonna get started quickly. I got to turn the lights on because it's gonna get dark. Hold on. I always forget this time of year. I need some light. There. That should be better. I didn't turn it to face the sun because a while ago the sun was out, but now it's snowing, as you can see behind me. I'm going to do 3 of my songs today. I thought I was going to do one from each of my EPs and my album, but I decided actually that I'm going to do 1 from Celtic Cat and 2 from Cool Cat. And this is all about the sun and the snow and a piece of the moon thrown in, and I found another winter song to cover. So, and I'll let you all in on where Cat's Cupboard came from. But first, the land acknowledgement, as always. We acknowledge that this event and my home sit on the treaty territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and 6 nations of the Grand River, as well as the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Nation, Haudenosaunee and Wendat Confederacies, and the land of many other Indigenous people who passed through or who called and still call this land their home. This territory is part of the Dish with One Spoon Treaty, an agreement between the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and allied nations to share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute a little bit more. In making this statement, I acknowledge and honor that these lands carry the truth of the lives that were taken and the agreements that were broken, and the wisdom of ancestors whose spirits live on in the animals, vegetation, and soil. In stepping on this land, we seek both forgiveness and permission from these ancestors with the agreement that we have the responsibility to honor and respect all who are here now and all who have yet to come, recognizing that in many ways these lands remain restricted from teachings, resources, and development in partnership with Indigenous peoples. We are grateful for the opportunity we have to live, to receive gifts from, to work on, and to benefit from this land. And the reason I said I wanted to say something about the resources around the Great Lakes, I don't, her name is not on the tip of my tongue, but there is a woman, I believe from Manitoulin Island. Well, I think she's gone now because I think her granddaughter has taken this on at like the age of a very young age, a young teenager. But what this woman did is she's a water keeper, and she walked all around the Great Lakes and stopped at different places to do ceremonies and so forth. And so anyway, it's really interesting. And the other thing is that the Canadian government is really truly beginning to make some changes in negotiating with individual Indigenous peoples, bands, and so forth for both the care, like the social work, children and family services type of thing, to turn those over to the communities, and so that the children are not so often snatched out of the communities, which is still happening, especially in like Saskatchewan. It's pretty bad. And the other thing is that they are giving all the provinces and territories money for early childhood education, making it a $10 a day childcare. And of course, that's going to be a lot harder in Indigenous communities that are very, very, very distant, very isolated. And because what's harder than even providing the daycare for the children is to provide the type of daycare that they should be getting. Anyway, that's enough for today. Joe Gaming Legend first. That's interesting, Joe. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're meaning there. By the way, I really want anyone who's watching to please comment or try to comment. And not only that, but let me know not only where you're from, but also where you are tuning in. So let me know if you're in Facebook or whether you're on YouTube, because the link to this should have taken you to to YouTube. But I'm not sure. And last week we had this sort of two groups, and one group couldn't see the other, and I couldn't see their comments. And then there were no live chat comments in the video on YouTube at first, and then it went in and it replaced all of the live chat went into YouTube, but it replaced any comments that anyone had made just on the video of the show. And I really like the idea of doing this to straight to YouTube, so I'm hoping I can get the kinks worked out. But I just wasn't able to finish doing that investigation this week. So Joe, it's nice to have you here, and I'm hoping that some of my other friends are able to get through. It seems to depend. Kath Simonelli, who always comes, was last week. I think she watched it in YouTube, and Steve Andisa, great, from England on YouTube. Great. I'm glad you told me that, Steve, because that means that the YouTube link, and I'm going to let people know to go to YouTube, to follow the link to YouTube, rather than to tune in from anywhere else. Funny, though, I think Kath Simonelli wasn't on YouTube, too, so who knows? It's so hard to figure it out. I will figure it. Anyway, so this is the season of winter, and you can see here, let me just check something. Oh, sorry about that loudness. He took it in the kitchen. But I believe that it was minus 16 today, this morning anyway, and minus 20 overnight. Hi, Joseph Simon. That was me on my other account. Oh, so you're Joe Gaming Legend. Woohoo! That's very awesome sounding. I don't know what kind of games you play, but anyway, that's cool. Yeah, so anyway, minus 16 is like it's 1.8 to get the Fahrenheit. So, Steve, you probably do Celsius anyway over there in England, but minus 16 is like 32, and then you take 2 away from that, 3.2 away from that, so 29. So you subtract that from 32, so you're going to end up with 3 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty cold. Although as a kid, I can remember it being below 0 fairly often in the wintertime. Anyway, we've got real winter, which is exciting because it makes you kind of nervous here in southwestern Ontario when you just get green grass all winter long. So I'm going to kind of stick to seasons, and I'm going to sing Breathtaking Gown. I didn't get to find it on the backing track, so cross your fingers, folks. I'm going to have to find it on my phone here. And I thought I had told this never to go to sleep, and there it was asleep. Hold on. Settings. Brightness and display. What are you doing here? Auto lock. Aha, it didn't take. There you go. Never. It won't go to sleep now in the middle of a song, which is always a bit scary. So let me see if I can just find this quickly on. I want to. Breathtaking Gown has got to be on here someplace, I hope. Here we go. Instrumental. Change of the season, but winter is in there. Trees in the forest are bursting with blossoms. Birds have returned and their songs fill the sky. Fields are fresh turned and the grasses are greening. Time for the planting, for springtime is nigh. All dewy the dawnings, all misty the mornings, the sun sets in glory each night o'er the town. Each sign speaks of winter, speaks with such splendor that nature greets life in a breathtaking gown. All dewy the dawnings, all misty the mornings. The sun sets in glory each night o'er the town. Each sign speaks of summer and whispers it's coming, while nature greets life in a breathtaking gown. Some minuet that Chris made for me. Sorry about getting that mixed up, folks. Fields that lie fallow are purple with aster. Grasses have dried and stand golden and brown. Corn streamers rustle, all crisp in the breezes. Fall is at hand, and the leaves are come down. All clear are the dawnings, all fresh are the mornings. The sun sets in glory each night o'er the town. Each sign speaks of winter, but speaks with such splendor that nature greets life in a breathtaking gown. All clear are the dawnings, all fresh are the mornings. The sun sets in glory each night o'er the town. Each sign speaks of winter, but speaks with such splendor that nature greets death in a breathtaking gown. Oh gosh, thanks, Steve. It is a lovely song. Sorry about getting tongue-tied and getting words switched around there. So the first verse, of course, is about spring into summer, and the second one is about fall into winter. And, you know, it is, everything is asleep here or dead that's outside, but for the evergreens. And yet there's something very magical and life-affirming about the snow. You know that everything is sleeping under the snow and is about to come back. And Marianne, it's nice to see you here again today, and you figured it out. That's great. And I couldn't find chat on the phone, but can get it on the computer. Oh, okay, that's neat. So, by the way, Marianne, I did finally get your package mailed tomorrow, so your 3 CDs are on their way to you. I hope, make sure you let me know when you get them, because my Canada Post app, well, it's actually, I'm signed up for it, but it's causing real problems when I try to put a label, so I ended up just having to hand address it. So, yeah, I thought of another song, and just thought of it today, so this is going to be interesting, which is I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm. And just let me move some things here for a minute, because I got stuff on my little stand. And it was hilarious. The first time I did this, had paper all over the place. So, and that is Irving Berlin's I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm, which he wrote it in 1937, or it was in a 1937 movie, I think with Dick Powell, and I'm not sure who the actress was. And I can see how it might be done as a duet, but, you know, Ella Fitzgerald and Dean Martin and like everybody has covered it in the world practically. So, by the way, you guys, sounds okay, I hope. Just let me know, because I kind of moved my microphone up a bit, and I'm just wondering if it's echoey or something. Anyway, this is I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm. The snow is snowing, the wind is blowing, but I can weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? I've got my love to keep me warm. I can't remember a worse December, January. Just watch those icicles form. What do I care if icicles form? I've got my love to keep me warm. Off with my overcoat, off with my gloves. Who needs an overcoat? I'm burning with love, my heart's on fire, the flames grow higher, so I will weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? I've got my love to keep me warm. I thought you ought to know my heart's on fire, the flames leap higher, so I will weather the storm. Why do I care how much it will storm? I've got my love to keep me warm. I've got my love to keep me warm. Okay, a few little notes in the last verse there was a bit challenging. And speaking about challenging, as you might be able to hear from my speaking voice and some of my squawks in my singing, my winter allergies really hit with a whack this week. And we think that what's going on, and you feel my hands are like sandpaper. They're just, ugh. But we had to get a new furnace in the fall. And, which is fine. That happens. Oh, thanks, Steve. Thanks for letting me know. The sound is okay. So it's got a built-in humidifier, and JD's been down there like half a dozen times trying to figure it out because we're both really feeling the dryness in the house. Now, when the weather gets colder and colder, the air does get drier and drier, but the humidifier in the furnace is supposed to be dealing with that. And believe me, I'm familiar with this. It's just allergies. Been dealing with it for years. So, the sunset over, the picture that I put up at first actually took the other day, in case you guys missed it. It was on this was the sunset. This is almost directly west. No, west is sort of over to the right of the picture, but in the winter things are higher. So, that's our little shed, and that was the sunset, and it's beautiful. But JD got that was wrong. Let me come back here. Yeah, so JD got a picture this morning because he's an early riser. Odd people who get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I do not, but he got a picture of the sunset through the windows behind me, which is over the lake. A while, it's a ways away, but anyway, that's the east, and it's unbelievable. So I'm going to try to get hold of that, and I'll show it to you guys sometime. And so, snow, we've got winter, we've got sunset, and this is also about the moon. This is a poem I wrote some time ago after crossing the yards from a friend's house, and and the moon has been unbelievable a few nights this past week, if any of you have seen it. A huge moon. Oh, I'm taking Anishinaabemowin. I'm taking beginner Anishinaabemowin or beginner Ojibwe language classes. And one of the things that we learned last week, we were taught, I haven't quite learned them yet, but were all the moons that through the year, which is really interesting. So I should have looked to see which one this was. But anyway, this is just a little poem called Moon. The moon is like a hammock strung between two stars tonight, a sliver bright, a silver light. It throws our shadows far across the winter lawn, sometime between the setting of the sun and dawn. And I say only, oh, look at the moon. It's like a hammock strung between two stars. Its bright light throws our shadows far across the lawn, sometime between the setting of the sun and coming dawn. And this poem is about nothing save the moon, the slivered moon, the silvered moon, the sister moon that I love. So that's my moon poem. And one of these days, maybe not till next year, because I want to get some videos done this year for my songs. Probably most of them will be lyric videos, but I do want to get some music videos made as well. And I have a collection of poetry from me over the years. Not a very big one, just enough for a chapbook. And I have a wonderful poet who has agreed to edit it. So that will be coming sometime, but probably not till 23 or 4. This song from Wildcat was released as a single in August of 2020, which was the 15th year anniversary of Katrina. So it's about an entirely different storm, but it does start and end with the moon. And so I thought I would sing that. By singing this one, I'm not singing something from Cool Cat today. So this is New Orleans Moon, and it is a single, but I don't find it on Apple Music, and I'm really wondering about the cover art, which was given to me by a manager at the time. And I just think I should, if there was some way of changing the cover art, I would, because I'd make it more unique. But it is one of the tracks on Wildcat, so there you go. The last time that I saw you, it was early June. That old New Orleans moon shone through our shadows. But now I'm way up here in Canada, following the news. I'm sitting here alone, thinking of you. I'm wondering where you are, I'm wondering what to do. And Hurricane Katrina looks like hell is breaking loose. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And the rain keeps falling, the water keeps on rising, the wind keeps howling, the people keep on dying. I don't know where you are, I don't know what to do. I want to fly the moon to New Orleans to rescue you. Remember having drinks on down at Feelings Cafe and on Lake Pond Church Rain, the food heaped on our tray. Now all the streets we walked together have been washed away. I cry, my friends, so all alone, so far, far away, far away, far away. The rain keeps falling, the water keeps on rising, the wind keeps howling, the people keep on dying. I don't know where you are, I don't know what to do. I want to fly the moon to New Orleans to rescue you. Following the news, I sit alone, I cry alone, thinking of you. I'm wondering what to do, I'm wondering where you are. And Hurricane Katrina looks like hell is breaking loose. Ooh, ooh. The last time that I saw you, back in early June, that old New Orleans moon shone through our shadows. Oh, rats, made it all the way to the last word. Anyway, that of course is about Katrina and my experience being so distant from these friends. Fortunately, none of the people that I knew in New Orleans died, but some of them went so far away that they never went back, and some of them, didn't go back to their jobs in New Orleans. They went to Baton Rouge, and and so whenever I hear of the hurricanes anywhere, or for that matter, some of the terrible storms, like this last week, we had people trapped on the 401, like, I don't know, between exits for hours and hours and hours, because they pulled over for, I don't know what happened, but at any rate, it was a terrible thing. And fortunately, everyone was okay. Marianne said, was just with a couple from Bracebridge who drove to New Orleans just after Katrina and rescued 20 dogs. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that's so amazing about about some of these storms and the sort of tragedies that happened out in BC this year, is that people, people suddenly get up and go and do something and rescue 20 dogs. I know a woman on St. Lucia who does that. She's the head of a group of people who rescue the dogs that are on the streets and spay them, and also look for homes for them if they are, if there are dogs that can be housed, because some dogs get so feral it's almost impossible. Anyway, let's keep on going here. I promised to tell you about Cat's Cupboard, because I haven't done that for a while. And so I'm Catherine M. Thompson, as you know, and my business name has always been Cat's Cupboard. And that springs from a nursery game that my father's mother, my grandma Shaver, used to play with us. And there's a rhyme that goes with it, and it stayed with me. So I am at Cat's Cupboard on Twitter and CMT Cat's Cupboard on Instagram. And my business, my Facebook page, and my YouTube channel are all Catherine M. Thompson Cat's Cupboard. In fact, if you want to find my website, you should be able to get there if you put in either CatherineMThompson.com or catscupboard.com, or either of those with .ca should get you to that. And so I all my song projects so far, unless it was like the single like Papa's Photo, but our Celtic Cat, Celtic Cat was done in 2015, Cool Cat in 2017, Wildcat in 2021. And one of the tracks on Wildcat is called She's a Wildcat, which was a co-write with Michelle Gold and I, which was the interview I did in December that basically got 4 out of 6 songs got muted. And my profile picture, I've been using that cover of Wildcat a lot of places. So it's so much part of me that some people now call me Cat. But I've actually mostly been called Kath all my life. And as far and how much I resemble a cat, I'm a former dancer, so at one time I was feline, but now I think I'm just an old cat and I like to rest a lot, that sort of it. I'll tell you though, this little nursery game is pretty fun. It used to be 4 of us, my grandmother, myself, and my 2 youngest sisters. So someone would put up their thumb. I'll put up a good thumb in front of my shirt so you can see it. And then the other person says, some other person whose next turn it is, I guess, says, "What's that?" And I answer, "Cat's Cupboard." "What's in it?" "Bread and cheese." "Where's my share?" "Cat's got it." "Where's the cat?" "In the bush." "Where's the bush?" "Fire burnt it." "Where's the fire?" "Water quenched it." "Where's the water?" "Bull drank it." "Where's the bull?" "Butcher killed him." "Where's the butcher?" "Rope hung him." "Where's the rope?" "A knife cut it." "Where's the knife?" "Hammer broke it." "Where's the hammer?" "Behind the door, cracking nuts. First one to crack a smile gets a smack." And the first person who broke out of that, because then you get a staring thing, right? You're staring into each other's eyes, then gets either a tap on the wrist or a kiss on the cheek. And then the next person grabs the thumb and puts their puts their thumb up, and they start the thing. And of course, as it goes around, it builds and gets faster and faster. And with the 4 of us, you would end up with 8 hands joined in the middle. And once your second hand was in there, you couldn't cover your mouth to stop the smiles. And we'd all be just in, hysterics by the end. It was very, very fun. So that goes back to when I was a little kid, and I've always called whatever I was doing. As an entrepreneur, I've called Cat's Cupboard, teaching dance, whatever I was doing. So we are getting down to the time, and I'm going to do one more thing, and that is to sing. What did I do? Hold on. I just realized I could pick up this phone instead of going over there. It's really handy. Oh yeah, I got something to show you, because I think last week I tried to show you and I had the wrong one. So this is what I got in earlier this month. In fact, I think I got it on New Year's Eve. So for the World Songwriting Awards, my song I Want Out was the finalist, which meant I was in the top 10 for the fall of 2021 for Best Rock Song. So I think that's really kind of cool. And so I thought that I would, if I can figure out how to get back here. There I am. So I thought I would sing I Want Out, which has nothing to do, well, there is Howling at the Moon, but I mean, that's stretching it a bit. But yeah, I thought I'd sing that just because I got that little prize this month, which is fine with me. It helps a lot. I thought that we were all things wild and wonderful. I thought our love would never die. I thought that we were all things bright and beautiful. We didn't even have to try. I thought that we would always be together. So I am wondering why there is the wringing of hands and the gnashing of teeth, and I sit here all night and I cry, I want out. Just hear me rattling my chains, I want out. That's me, I'm scratching at the door, I want out. That's me, I'm howling at the moon, I want out, I want out. I can't take anymore, I want out. I want out. I want out. I want out. Is this the way that we should stay together? Who knows the wrong from the right? You always say, oh, promise me forever, won't let me out of your sight. I find each day it's getting harder to breathe. What is the cause of this plight? Yeah, right, we got those ties that bind. I want to leave those ties behind because we tied the knot a little too tight. And I want out. Just hear me rattling my chains, I want out. That's me, I'm scratching at the door, I want out. And now I'm howling at the moon, I want out, I want out. I can't take anymore, I want out. I want out. I want out. I want out. Go, Chris and Shari. It's getting harder to breathe. What is the cause of this plight? You always say your promise is forever, won't let me out of your sight. We should stay together. Who knows the wrong from the right? Yeah, right, we got those ties that bind. I want to leave those ties behind because we tied the knot a little too tight. And I want out. Just hear me rattling my chains, I want out. That's me, I'm scratching at the door, I want out. And I'm howling at the moon, I want out, I want out. I can't take anymore, I want out. I want out. I want out. I want out, I want out, I want out, I want out, I want out. Sorry, guys. Well, there goes the dry throat again, and I almost got through it, not quite. And I should have brought some water. This is ridiculous to come out here without any water, but I got up to the last. I could have just let it go with Chris and Shari singing the backing and the outro. Okay. I'm all right. Don't worry about me. This is bloody allergies. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you for putting in your comments. And thank you for finding out, Marianne, that you couldn't do it on your phone, because that might be the problem with, that might be what Kath is doing. She might be trying to do it on her phone. and Joseph, it's great to see you again here, and good to know your other account name. Now I'll know who it is when you call next time. Steve, you should put your website in right here if you've got it handy, because I could not put it in after the fact. I thought I'd be able to do it in the chat on YouTube, but I couldn't. Yeah, so that might be a real issue. I'm just gonna go then today, guys. Oh, lovely show. Thank you, Kat. Yeah, Steve, do you have your website handy? Because I'd love for people to go and check out the stuff you're doing. You can't put it in after I end the show. You have to put it in here, and it will show up, probably not today, but definitely tomorrow. The live chat will show up in YouTube. If you put it in a chat, if you put it in the chat in YouTube, then this is substituted in for what people are watching. It's crazy. I got to figure out some other way of doing it, but I do still want to go to YouTube, so we might have to just put up with this kind of thing. Anyway, folks, I will be back next week. It's the last day of January, and I haven't decided yet what to do. But if ever you guys want to make a suggestion of a theme or something like that, or some song that you'd love to hear, hopefully I won't be coughing all the way through it. And also, I would like to say, please, if you have not yet, I send a message. It took me a while because I had to edit a bunch of stuff to get it to make a message to send to my mailing list on my website. And you guys, I'm just gonna see if there's the website. Okay, so if you haven't, please sign up here so that I can, because I'm hoping to gradually more and more move the. I want to send the reminders out there. I'm gonna, build that email list as much as I can, and I would send a reminder out every time. But I'm also using Facebook Messenger and posting it on Twitter, and Instagram is crazy. It's hard to post anything like that on there, but I can do it in Facebook, and they haven't stopped me yet. We'll see what happens. Okay. Hey, I love you all for coming, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.